We got good company here.
Yeah.
Sonny Gray, last night's starter, kind enough to join us here on the Rundown. Sonny, we can't thank you enough for doing this. I am curious, what's the difference between the Sonny Gray we're talking to right now compared to the one that we would see yesterday or on any game day? Because I know it's a different dude.
No, I think it's probably a little different. Like I told y'all, I'll put Lil Wayne on in the clubhouse and just get myself jacked up and locked in for a game. But I'm just trying to let it fly, man. Just as Deets, just let it rock, man. Just do it.
Well, Sonny, from what I've seen this early in the season, I think pitchers are a little bit ahead of hitters, and you're a little more proof of that. I mean, your stuff looks really, really good. So tell me about what you did during the shutdown to maintain arm strength, because you only had that 3-week summer camp to get ready for these real games.
We try to do a lot. You didn't really know what to do, so we would start throwing and stuff, and then we got shut down again, and then we kind of just. I threw on the pitch back for a while. I started as a joke, and I was like, wow, I can actually do this a little bit. And then I had some of those drive line balls that the organization sent out to all the pitchers, and I had a big tree in my backyard. Then I would just crow hop, put my cleats on, and throw drive line balls into this tree. And I did a lot of crazy things. And then in Tennessee, the quarantine it loosened up a little bit. We were starting allowed to go places. And then Kurt Casale was in Nashville the whole time, and a bunch of Vanderbilt guys. We would get together and play catch. We'd pick up little Sandlot games. They'd always make fun of me because I'd come out with I was the dad. I was the dad of the group, I guess. And I'd have my the camera. Yes, ma'am, Barbara. I'd have my little wagon.
He's so polite.
And I'm dragging cases of water and snacks and stuff for the guys. So we had a lot of fun with it. And then Mike Yastrzemski, he kept hitting homers off of me during quarantine, and he's doing the same thing here. So
Yeah, I was going to.
He got my number.
My next question, you led into it perfectly. I was like, that Vandy Boys text thread must be popping off right now. You guys are all doing it this season.
Man. He hit 2 homers last night. He just had to go ahead and just walk one off, so I'm happy for him.
Did you bring the juice boxes there, too, and take the guys out for
Orange
pizza after?
All of it, man. We'd have some adult beverages sometimes in the stands. It was like the good old days.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hey, Sonny, you have some of the best breaking stuff in the game. I'm curious, you guys in Cincinnati do such a great job with analytics and game prepping, but how much have you learned about reading hitters' swings? In other words, once you're on that mound, to kind of be your own pitcher and sometimes going off script?
Well, I'm definitely not scared to go off script. I'll just go on feel a lot of times, but I have a general plan of what I want to do going into it, and we are very good here with the analytics side, but we're very here with the coaching side as well, and just getting the best out of each individual guy is kind of what we're really good at. And I changed my approach a little bit. I got really good mentally, and I feel comfortable with myself when I'm out there. I know what I'm trying to do. I know what I'm personally really good at. So then I just try and go out there and do what I'm good at. I have a plan for myself, and then if I execute my plan with the pitches that I throw and the way I want to get hitters out, that's all I'm trying to do. And then I'll make a few tweaks here and there depending on the hitter. But I have a plan for myself. I know what I'm going to do against this guy. I know what I'm going to do against righty. I know what I'm going to do against lefty. And then I'm just gonna stay with that plan and just do it as much as I can.
Hey, whatever you're doing, it's working as you continue to punch tickets whoever you face. I'm wondering, as we show one particular one facing Javi Baez, who, of course, is a stud for the Chicago Cubs, do you have a nastiest pitch that you've ever thrown that comes to mind?
I don't know if I have a nastiest pitch, but I have favorite pitches sometimes. Sometimes I just get now that I'm starting to learn over the last couple of years how to strike people out a little bit more. I'm just continuing to learn. It's fun when I'm I have him here. All I got to do is execute this pitch, and all I have to do is execute this pitch, and it's over. So that's kind of like the game I play with myself. I have some fun ones that I do like trying to to throw with 2 strikes, though.
Now, wait a second. I don't know if you could see that pitch. Was the game plan to bounce it in the left-handed batter's box to Javi Baez? Because it worked.
Yeah, well, he's such a good hitter, and he puts big swings on the ball, and he can leave the yard anytime. I challenged him with fastballs. What you're not seeing is earlier in that at bat, you would think like I would just throw that. I kept trying to challenge him with fastballs over and over and over. And I think I threw maybe like 5 fastballs in a row or 6 fastballs in a row or something like that to get to that pitch. But he kept fouling me off and putting good swings on it, and then he was a little more aggressive in that particular situation. So I knew just get the ball down.
Well, you were awesome last night. Castillo's going tonight, and you have an iron sharpening iron situation with that Reds rotation for sure. I also know that there's a lot of competitiveness between the 3 of you guys. Is there a game? Is there a scoreboard you got in the clubhouse, kind of keeping track of this thing, a text thread you got going to make sure you guys are one-upping each other constantly?
Man, right now we all know, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, so we all know kind of, we know what makes each other go, and that's good. We know the other person's going to bring it, and we love that. But at the same time, we don't have a scoreboard or anything, but I think we all know, like, hey, it's my turn to go out here and try and put on a show. And then the next guy's turn to go out there and put on a show, and then the next guy's turn to go out there and put on a show, and then the next guy, and then the next guy. So I think we know it's very friendly. We care very deeply about each other, but we definitely like to compete against each other too.
Nelly, as you know, usually these guys, pitchers, compete in the National League about getting knocks, right?
Right.
Can't do that anymore.
No.
So, Sonny, how are you liking life with the DH in the National League? How do you like it?
I'm so used to it, to be honest. I'm used to being in the American League for so long. I'm just used to it now. I understand, like, okay, you don't have to worry about hitting. Not that I didn't like hitting, because I did. But, you just kind of sit there in the dugout and just kind of do your thing and get ready to go out there again. And it's easier to create a little routine, but I enjoyed sometimes the breakup of having to hit.
I'm not going to bring up your career average. I am going to point out you had a triple. You had a triple last year.
Is it real bad?
138, Sonny. It's not great.
Well, I always sit soft, so that's probably why.
Hey, fair. Sonny, we could talk.
They always told me that I was.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all you, bro.
They always told me I would always sit soft, and they'd always tell me I'd always foul balls in the dugout, and they're like, "Why are you sitting soft?" And I'm like, in high school, that's what I did. I just sit soft and just bang breaking balls. Didn't work up here.
Tremendous athlete in high school. Played quarterback as well. We could talk to you all day, but we only got time for one more. I know you got a job to go do, support your teammates and whatnot. I'm fascinated by what goes on between the ears for you guys as big leaguers and professional athletes. And I heard a speaker one time talk about growing through things instead of going through things. And sometimes you don't know that when you're in it. When you reflect on your time in New York, what were the tangible things that you grew through with?
Man, I think just learning about myself. Sometimes you can try and maybe you try so hard to do the right thing, when in actuality all you got to do is just be yourself, and that's always good enough. I think that's kind of the biggest takeaway for me looking back is just be yourself all the time, be just authentic in who you are and what you're about. And if that's not good enough for people, or people have something to say about that, or people don't like it, who cares, man? You don't really need those people. So instead of trying to be something that you might not be, just be your authentic self, and the best version of yourself is always going to come out if you do that.
Awesome.
Great advice for anybody, not just big league pitchers.
Yeah, especially one shoving like Sonny Gray is. Sonny, thanks again for hopping on headset. Stay dry and stay healthy, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And Barbara's killing it over here. She's doing a great job.
Shout out, Barb.
Look at her.
Out of the way, Barb.
Love it. Sonny Gray, the Cincinnati Reds.
Thanks, guys.